Hello, everybody. We'll be getting started in just a moment. Oh, crap. Oops. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We will get started in just a moment. I closed something out that I didn't mean to, so I'm trying to get it back. So give us another minute or two. We'll wait for some more folks to get on. We do have 200 people registered for today. So right now we're at 78. So stay tuned. So that's one moment. Okay, we'll give it one more minute because we have 94 folks on. Oh, okay, that's good to know that some people are kind of doubled up. Okay. So let me open up the PowerPoint. So if you notice, a lot of times when I'm on the computer and I'm talking to you guys, I'm like, oh, I'm going to open up the PowerPoint. I'm narrating what I do, which is very classy. It's very classy of me, right? Sorry, I'm corny. Hi. Good morning. All right. Almost there. Just having a little slow motion. All right, let me get going with this. Just have some other notes. All right, well, it's 12:34, so welcome everybody. Do me a favor as we get started. Okay, some of you are already starting, you're putting your name in. I have to do this to you again. Please put your name and your email address and your school name into the chat, please, so we know who is here. I am going to get started and share my screen while everybody does that. So yes, if you could just go ahead, please put in your name, your email. If you are doubled up in your little space in your box, just put everyone's information there. That's fine. All right, people are writing. That's great. Or typing. Okay.
Oh, thank you. You already did. I was gonna do that. Thank you so much. Can I see,
Oh my gosh, people, you guys are on it today. Thank you so much. All right. So just to take you back, again, today we're here to talk about the Upskill Director bonus, if that's part of ARPA. So thank you all for joining us. Again, please put your name, your school, your email into the chat box. So why are we here today? So we want to talk to you about what to expect with the director upskill bonus. So remember, the upskill bonus is $750. Now, there has been some questions and I want to say confusion on how does one get eligible for a director upskill bonus. So here are the requirements. You have to currently be employed at a preschool in our community, but you have to be in an administrative position. So what's an administrative position? The owner, the director, assistant director, maybe a curriculum specialist, some kind of administrative position. It's not, oh, I'm in the VPK classroom as a teacher and I have my director's credential. It's not that. You have to be in a director or an admin position. You don't have to have a contract with us. You could just be a standalone school. That's fine. And again, you must complete all the hours required for this training. So it is 29 hours. That is the base for this training. And we're going to talk about how it is broken down shortly. Another caveat, you cannot participate in the director upskill if you're doing child success, because basically part of the portion of training duplicates. So you can't do both. And we're actually calling today, if you were on the list for child success, we're trying to confirm whether or not you're still interested as a school to continue with your child success grant. So what's involved again to get these 29 hours or at least 29 hours? So there's two portions of it. There is a self-paced virtual component, which I hope a lot of you have already participated in. And the first one is a 2-hour course called Class Primer for Leaders. So again, if you're in an administrative role, it makes sense for you to take this primer for leaders as opposed to something as a teacher. The next one is a course called Building Community with Interactions. This is the course that was formerly Interactions at the Heart of Healing. You might have used this also for your infant toddler bonus. We will allow you to double dip this one, but this is the only one that you're allowed to double dip with. And then lastly, the biggest portion of the director upskill bonus is the class group coaching / MMCI, or making the most of child interactions. Again, this is also a course that you will be taking as part of the child success grant. I know there's a lot to keep track of. So just remember, the child success grant, you have to have no score or less than a 5. So that should just kind of, if that's you, if it's not you, then you can just kind of disconnect from that piece. So what we're going to do now is really get into the nitty gritty of how are we going to do 24 hours plus these 8 hours online before June 30th, which is when basically the funding is shutting down for ARPA. So again, MMCI, it's in person and it's 24 hours of training. It's broken down into 2- and 4-hour segments. That is because Teachstone, as they created this tool, this training series, that is what they say. It cannot be, when you think of 24 hours, you're like, oh, okay, that's maybe 3 Saturdays. 8, 16, 24, 3 Saturdays, we'll get together and we'll do it. Unfortunately, it's not like that. So 24 hours, these 24 hours is a commitment that you have to be committed to, because you can't really miss either. You have to attend all the sessions to get the certificate to get all 24 hours. So again, we're asking that as we prepare for this, you understand that it might be 2 hours at night twice a week. It might be a series of 4 hours on a Saturday for 6 Saturdays, things like that. We just want you guys as the leaders to understand the commitment that you're going to be making, in addition to all the other stuff that you might be participating in. If you're doing a CQI grant, like, again, it's a lot to balance out. So we just wanted to go over this with you. So again, unfortunately, the way the tool is, this is not ELC Broward being like, we're going to be sticklers and do 2 hours or 4 hours. And I don't even mean to say it like that, like sticklers. But again, in order to keep fidelity with the MMCI tool, you have to do it in 2 to 4 hour increments. Now, as you all remember, or some of you might remember, as we were presenting all this information, all the various trainings, we had the blue papers, we had the pink papers, we had the white papers, and we were really trying to keep everything clear. So if you remember, as we started talking about this, we mentioned that if your school was doing child success, and you wanted to participate in the Upskill Director bonus for child success, what did that look like? That was inviting directors and owners and assistant directors to participate in the 2-day observer training. The 2-day observer training is basically what every one of our staff that comes out and does a class assessment, it's the same training that we take. We test at the end and we redo it every year. We retest every year. So basically, it's the 2 days where we really go into the tool and know what to look for as an observer. So as part of the ARPA, they put into it that if you would like to attend the age group for either infant, toddler, or pre-K for one of these 2-day trainings, you would get $1,200. So, okay, you can attend infant and get $1,200. You can attend toddler, get $2,400. You could attend all 3 and get $3,600. And that's 2 for 6 days of time that you will need to participate in. So again, it's 2 full days. Since we know this was a hot topic, a hot or high interest, we have secured a limited number of slots that even if your school scored above a 5 and you're participating in CQI, you can participate in this. So the reason why we're meeting with you today is so you can understand the difference in these 2 options, that you might change your mind in terms of doing the upskill bonus, that you might change your mind from participating in the MMCI 24-hour training and say, you know what? Not only is this program, the $1,200 for 2 days, a little bit more money, it's only 2 days at a time, which that might be manageable right now because I have so much going on as we head into the June months. And I know everyone's heading into graduation. And again, if you are doing a CQI grant as directors, you have to participate with your staff in that as well. So again, let's go over this one more time. One of the reasons why we are meeting with you today, because we want you to understand the difference between these 2 bonus programs. So the Upskill Director, you're going to take the Primer for Leaders 2 hours, the Building Community for 6 hours, that's online. Then you're going to spend 24 hours with us for MMCI training, which goes into the tool. It's 2 to 4 hour increments. If you have a space and you're willing to open it up to us on a Saturday, please let us know. You have to be willing to allow, 25 of your fellow directors to participate with you. Oh gosh, no, hold on. My boss is calling. I'm in a meeting. I'm in a Zoom with the community. I gotta clear back.
Okay, bye.
Should have checked my calendar. What's up with that, Howard? So next time you see him, be like, why are you interrupting our meetings with Allison? So getting back to it. So Upskill $750, 24 hours of MMCI, 2 to 4 hour increments. The 2 courses online. Observer trainings, 2 full days, $1,200 per age group. And you could do up to the 3, so you can really technically get $3,600. So we know this is a lot of information for you. to think about. But we do want you to think about, what do you think is going to be more feasible for you at this point in the year, at this point in life and everything. So we're asking that as you think about it today, and really before the meeting ends, there's a Google form that I put in the chat. You can scan the QR code and it's going to ask you what you're thinking at this point. We're really looking for your commitment now, because if you want to do the 24-hour MMCI, we want to start scheduling that ASAP, because again, we're on a clock. Secondly, we also want to start planning these infant, toddler, and pre-K 2-day sessions. Again, we've been thinking a lot about how the best way to do this. So for the infant, toddler, pre-K, we're thinking a great way to do it is maybe a Friday, Saturday. So you're only out of the school on a Friday, and then you just give up your Saturday. So just to do that a few times in the remainder of the 3 months. So that's an option. Again, we're just asking for you to kind of think about that and decide which one you want to do. Again, our staff rocks no matter which program you do. If you're going to do the 24 hours in person with us, or if you're going to do these 2-day observer trainings, you're going to learn a lot regardless. And again, you're going to learn it also from this administrative lens again. So I don't want to stop sharing just yet, because the QR code is on the screen. I hope it works. Please scan it, and you can answer the Google Doc attached to it. Also, the link, I just put it in the chat as well. So I'm going to give everybody a second or two to decide which way. If you're on your phone on the Zoom, I guess that's a little harder. So don't worry, we'll still send you the link for the Google Doc. And now I'm going to stop sharing so we can kind of answer some questions. And if you want to, again, I'm going to answer questions from the chat. If you have other questions, where again, we would love for you to raise your hand, because sometimes we feel like we don't know exactly everything in your question. But there was a question about MMCI being virtual or in person. And listen, if you're going to commit to 24 hours of MMCI training, we have done it in person already, and we've done it on virtual. And there's no comparison to the learning, the content that you get from in person. So that's why, as we're doing all of this now, we're very passionate to make sure that all these trainings, I know it's a little inconvenient, but if you're going to commit, we want it to be worthwhile. And the best way we know how to make these things worthwhile is in person. We speak on this from experience. We've done MMCI the 24 hours. We've done it on Zoom, and it doesn't land the same way. The discussion, there's not a lot of community throughout it. Again, part of the in-person training, you get to chat with each other, you get to build on each other's experience and knowledge. It's not just our trainer sharing. We have about 200 slots for infant, toddler, pre-K. It will, of course, be first come, first serve on registration. If you miss one, you register and you don't let us know, you're out for the rest. Because again, if you're going to sign up and not come, you're just taking away that slot from somebody else. So we have to also be mindful and kind to our peers. So let's see. Yes, there's going to be various options. I think, Amy, you got that one. Okay, Sherry, you're interested in both, but you're on but I see you at a computer, Sherry. So this is the thing. If you can do both. We are, again, on a limited amount. We decided to use some of our dollars for the $1,200 trainings, because we'll share with you now, honestly, our county rocks, And most of our schools have scored above a 5. And at this point, most of our schools have had an observation. So we don't have that many schools in our county that scored less than a 5. So that means, let's say right now we have about, I don't know, let's say we have about 65 schools across the whole Broward County. Like that's like 10% of our schools that can participate in the child success grant because they scored below a 5 or don't have a score. That's only 60 directors. Again, we know there's so many more of you out there. We would love to get this information to you as well. So yes, you can do both, but again, we want you to be able to, when you sign up for these things, commit, because again, we have limited space. So we want to make sure we make the most of all of these trainings. The Upskill, the MMCI, we are most likely going to do it in the evenings on Saturdays, like again, because you can only do 2 to 4 hours at a time. So you could do 2 hours on a Tuesday, 2 hours on a Thursday, and we could keep that going for 2 months and you'll get the hours. Again, that MMCI course right now, that's only open to, for Upskill, it's open to the directors. Those people that are doing child success, and I know it's really hard to keep track of all of this. It really is hard. If you're doing a child success grant with MMCI, you might be combined just because of location and things like that. But again, once you tell us what your next step is, we're going to work with you to find out, this is the session you're going to go to. This is this is that. Again, all of this goes away on June 30th. We just found this out again with the change of the guard up in Tallahassee with DEL, that we no longer have Matt Mears as our chancellor. Now we have a new chancellor, Miss Carrie Miller. Things are changing again. That's how it goes. So ARPA is probably going away 99% on June 30th. So again, we want to finish all of this stuff and give you guys all this opportunity before then.
I'm sorry, Allison. I just wanted to
Please.
piggyback on what you're saying. I see a lot of questions regarding like, where do I sign up? The link that Allison shared with the Google form, if you can't access it, I know she's going to be sending it out afterwards. Once we have that information, that's how then we can decide how many cohorts we are going.
Hi, I have a question.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes,
Yeah.
hi.
I'm
My
sorry.
question is, I'm trying to post my name and my email and my school name, but it's telling me I'm not allowed.
Are you trying in the chat box?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That's weird.
Are you Salma? Salma?
Okay, I guess we lost her. I think it was. We'll make a note of that. I'm
Yes.
sorry, Amy.
No,
Again,
it's
guys,
okay.
please raise your hand, use the little raise your hand button, and then we'll call on you. It just worked so well. We've done this in a lot of our Zooms just because that
I
way.
apologize. Yes, that is Salma Jani.
Okay, no
Okay,
worries.
Salma, we know you. We were at your school last Saturday doing that's Ivy League Montessori.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Oh, excellent.
I was at your school last Saturday.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. So,
Yes,
you know.
you're welcome. So again, we can't give you dates. We can't plan anything until we know how many of you are still interested in one or the other or both. That's how then we can plan and set up the cohorts and set up dates and see how many evenings, how many weekends. So the sooner you respond to the interest in the Google form, the quicker we can turn around with dates for you.
Okay, I'm gonna open back up for me to see if there are any hands raised. I don't, oh, okay. Miss Gordon. We just,
Hi, Shaterika.
hi, Shaterika. I was a little nervous to say your first name if you couldn't tell.
No, yeah, I was.
Sorry.
Just a quick question. I wasn't sure about the observer training. Like, we've never been observed or we don't have a score or anything like that, but it's okay if we still participate in the observer training?
Do you have a contract with us? Do you have a VPK program?
Yes.
Yes, as long as you have a contract with us, you can participate in that piece. And I'm sure we'll be out to your school. Again, we still have some schools that have not had their class assessment, so I'm sure we'll come out to you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
And then I know Lena.
Hi, yes, I have a question. I have not been observed. I'm really interested in the other bonus, the observer bonus. However, I just got a phone call that I'm in my 2 window for observation. How did I know I will be able to get in, or that I can take this training in case I happen to get my observation within the next week or say?
It doesn't, if you're interested in doing the observer training for the director role, you can do it. That has, again, it's just first come, first serve. If that makes, I hope that makes sense. Again,
Because
it's the
Because they
school
say once you
training.
get the score, you will no longer be able to participate, correct?
No, that's not, so if you still want for whatever, for your school and your staff to participate in the child success grant, and you applied already to us, or you apply before your observation, we will still honor that request. So basically, as we have talked about, you can't do this if you're doing that, that kind of doesn't really apply so much anymore, because we are using other dollars to help and again bring this training to the community at a larger scale. So again, we do have 200 slots that we have for these trainings, so it will be first come, first serve for the
Got it.
observer trainings.
Got it. And by applying, you mean going to the ARPA portal and just signing up and saying, yes, I'm interested?
Right now, no, right now for this, it's basically, we need to be informed how we're going to move forward. So we know that there was a lot of interest in this observer training piece when we started to share the information in ARPA very early on. And then as DEL shared out more of the details, and we saw that it's only for this subset of schools, that no score or less than a 5, this limited, like I said, so right now we have about 60 schools doing this or that have applied for it. So that's only about 60 directors, maybe 80 if there's an admin, like 2 admins that want to participate in. But we have over 600 schools here. So we wanted to bring this opportunity to more folks. So that includes, we were able to have now 200 slots for these other trainings. So I put a Google document in the
Okay.
chat. Please fill that out and let us know if you want to do the 24-hour upskill director bonus, which you'll get the $750 for, or do you want to do the $1,200 observer training series?
Got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, and then Ramona.
Hi, I just had a question because I see some of my directors in this meeting, and I want to clarify that are these observations or trainings going to take place outside of the workday, because we can't afford to have all of our directors not on premise because they're doing these trainings.
So again, what we have said, the MMCI will most likely be in increments of 2 hours in the evening, maybe 4 hours in the evening, Saturdays. Now with the observer trainings, those are full day trainings. So that's why we had mentioned we might try to do a Friday, Saturday series so that way directors are only missing 1 day at the center at a time. Again, these trainings are totally voluntary. So we totally understand you need to be at the centers. We get that. So we're working with you, but now you have to understand also, all these trainings come from Teachstone and they have their specific requirements. So the observer training, it has to be 2 days in a row, full day trainings. We have no options on breaking that one up. That's how it has to be. It has to be consecutive days. I would love to say, oh, we'll just do all these Saturdays for that one, but it doesn't work like that. So I totally understand where you're coming from, and that will then be conversations that you guys have offline, and decide what's going to work best for you, your schools individually.
Thank you.
So please, I just put the the link back into the chat box. Yes, happy Passover to those that celebrated. Thank you, Kara. We had a very cool Seder last night. We're having one tonight. That's what's happening in my life. And I don't have to host either one. So there's no more beautiful things than not having to host and cook for people.
Hi,
And
Allison. I think my hand is up. Audrey Robillard.
let's see.
I might
It's
have
not,
put-
but you have the floor. Go for it.
I just have a question. So based on what I'm reading on the document that you just sent, I'm already halfway through with the director, upskill director's bonus. And if I switch, will you guys assess to make sure that we are eligible for that? Because I'm new to this whole thing and I'm coming in under Broward County, under Paul Grass, early learning department. So I've never gone through some of the processes that you're talking about. And I'm afraid that if I switch to the observer, that then deactivate or leave or put me back out of the upskill directors that I'm already pursuing. I said a lot, but you get what I'm saying? I'm kind of different than most people on here because I was granted eligibility under the umbrella of Broward County Schools under early learning. I don't have a direct contract with you guys as
So
VPK.
I hear what you're saying, and I think you've been in touch with some of our staff already. We'll call you after this to kind
Okay,
of assess your situation.
great,
Because
great.
you are so unique. So we'll take
Great,
care of that
great.
after this.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions, clarifications? Anything we can answer for you? Westina, do you have a question? I guess not. Marlene, I did see you had your hand raised at one point. Do you have?
Yes, hi, Alison. I am very undecisive because you mentioned about Saturday training. Some of us, we keep the Sabbath and we don't attend trainings on Saturday. So will there be any consideration for us that fall under the umbrella?
Yes, we will take that into account. We have done trainings on Sundays as well. We might have to then switch to do a Sunday, Monday again for if you're talking about the observer trainings, we'll do our best to meet everyone's needs. Again, we just have to have it consecutive. That's again just the rules that Teachstone has put forth.
Okay, so I can go ahead and say that yes, because I know that my religious preference will be accommodated.
Yeah, go ahead and put it and we'll work with you.
Okay, I appreciate that. And then I want to ask you something else again for clarification, because just like you said earlier, this is a lot and sometimes I am so confused with all of this. So if I am understanding you right, if we do, we have the choice to choose between the directors upskill or CQI. Am I good until there? But we can't do both as directors. Am I good until there, Allison?
See, you're saying CQI and director upskill?
Yes, we
You
can't
can-
do. If I participate in the director's upskill, I can also participate in CQI with my staff.
It depends on what CQI training you're doing. As long as it's not an MMCI, then yes.
Okay, because I wanted was to focus my CQI on with teaching strategies. I wanted to do something about creative curriculum since that's the curriculum that we use. I wanted to do my focus more on that to help the teachers, to help support the teachers in a better way with the creative curriculum. So as long as I'm not doing anything with MMCI, I could participate in both.
That's correct. And again,
Right.
just another reminder. I know it's a lot of acronyms and MMCI and CQI and all of that. Just to remind everybody that CQI and child success, everything application wise for those two have to be in by April 30th. But think about why. Again, it's not that we're trying to be mean or whatever, but April 30th, that gives us 2 months to finish and complete any of our training programs. So again, by April 30th, if you are interested in CQI because you have 5 or plus on your either of your class scores, you need to apply by April 1st. I know some folks are already like in the midst of their training. Some people I think are close to being finished with their CQI. So just again, please make sure that you submit by April 30th. So you have time to complete whatever training program you so choose. We can talk
Allison,
about, yes.
I don't have a button to put my hand up, so my apologies. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, I'm confused with that, with all those acronyms. The CQI, if you have a 5 or above, you don't need to take it, do you?
No, CQI is totally optional. Again, all these things are optional. Nothing is a have to here. This is again, this is another initiative that DEL is working with us and with you guys. CQI stands for Continuous Quality Improvement Grant. That is one of the options. If you have higher than a 5, you are able to apply to the ELC for a grant for another training professional development opportunity.
Is that the training opportunity for someone else to come in also?
Yeah, it would not be, CQI would not be ELC staff.
Okay, so
CQI
then,
is not ELC staff. It's from a vendor of your choice. We have people, we have some vendor resources if you're interested. Again, you need to be careful, and I know it's a lot of information. Please go to our website, the ARP funds. Please go to our website under a provider. It's ARP funds and world-class workforce, because we do know that unfortunately there are some trainers out there that are just cold calling providers and saying, I can do a training for you. But again, if you don't have higher than a 5, then you're paying for it out of your own dollars. Like, there's a lot of confusion out there. So don't sign up with anybody if it's not through us. Like, please make sure, just for your own, I don't know what the word is, just for your own protection. Like, again, please make sure you're clear on what you are qualified for.
okay, and then the other one of the training, trainer, whatever, you can't do all 3. You have to do 2 or 2 or 1.
You can do all 3 again, but if you miss,
Okay,
if you sign up, let's say we roll out infant number 1, you sign up, you don't attend, you don't let us know, nothing, you're out. Because again, that was then a slot for somebody that could have attended.
right,
So.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Bye, love you, be careful, bring water.
This is
Sorry.
Miss Mina from Children Will South. I just have one question. It says, the question is, I'm no longer interested in participating in the Upskill Director bonus. I prefer to sign up for the Observer Training Series only. Can you explain this one to me, please?
So that you're basically saying, as we started talking about the Upskill Director bonus versus these infant class observer trainings. The Upskill is the 24 hours of MMCI that you have to do. If you're no longer interested in doing that because you said, you know what, That whole training series is $750. I can attend these other 2-day trainings, get very similar information and get $1,200 per age group. You know what? I'd rather do that. That's what we're asking for you to tell us, because we want to walk away from today's meeting knowing, based on our Google sheet, that 30 directors of you guys, or owners, whatever, 30 of you are still interested in MMCI. So we know we're going to contact you 30 and say, okay, great, here we go. Then we know we have 85 people that want to do these 2-day trainings. So we know, okay, now we have to schedule these 85 people for these 2-day training series. Does that make sense?
So, if I'm interested in doing both, would I put yes or no?
There's a question where you says both.
Okay. Thank you.
But the questionnaire still asks you, because I try to submit by not answering some of those, and you have to still answer.
You have to decide. Like, we need to, again, we're sitting here, it's April 7th, I think, or I don't even know what today's date is. Again, I have my days all mixed up for this week. I thought Passover, just speaking from personal, I thought Passover started Tuesday night and not last night. So I'm a little confused. I don't know what today's date is. So basically, we want to get everything done. We need to on both ends by June 30th. So that's why we are having today's orientation, so we can walk away today. And after this meeting, we'll have a plan and we'll say, okay, you guys, MMCIers, 24-hour upskill MMCIers, this is when you're going to be offering MMCI. Or if you're going to do observer trainings, we're able to say, okay, guys, this is when we're going to offer observer trainings. So again, that's what we're looking at. So we do have some hand raised. Marissa, please unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if I'm repeating a question again, but I just want to be clear. The observer training series, we no longer have to have a score?
Correct.
To do those? Okay.
Right. We
That's
are
all
doing
I
that
need
on
to
a
know.
limited basis because we want to bring it to the masses, to you guys.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So Yenny, I hope I said it correct.
My question to
Amy?
you, Miss Allison, is when you're doing the courses on Friday and Saturday, what would be like the time frames for Friday and Saturday?
It's all day trainings. It's basically from 9 to 4.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
We can look at the Saturday, Sunday situation. It's very challenging for us right now because I want you all to understand, everybody that's a trainer that's doing these trainings, they're also out there doing observations. So it's really hard to pull people out. Like, again, we understand it's hard to pull people out of the school, which is why we can't pull people out of the school during the week either. Like, we're really trying to balance giving you guys training with keeping up with our class assessments. We're all in this together. So again, there will be multiple options. So again, if you have one director that's signing up for infant, let's say next Friday, there'll be another infant next month. And then the person that's doing toddler can be out. Like, there's going to be ways where, to the point of, you don't have to, if you have 2 administrators at the school that are going to participate, you don't both have to be out on that day. We totally understand that. Okay, Barbara, please go ahead.
Hello, so I just wanted to clarify too, because I think you said it, but I think I've heard 2 different answers for it. So I'm doing the upscale director. Am I able to do just the optional trainings for the observer for the 1,200 and not like all the other stuff on that same paper?
Correct. We are offering on a limited basis the observer trainings on a limited basis. So I will say this to you, we have about 126 people on this call right now. Some of it is ELC staff. There is a number of us on here. Some of you are doubled up. If you're interested in doing the observer training series, you most likely will get in because we have a certain number allotted. Again, there's 120 of us on the call right now. Let's say about, you should be able to do that one if you so choose. Now, you do have to think about though, if you're going to do these 2-day trainings and you sign up for MMCI on Saturdays, that's going to kind of be hard to balance out because you can't miss an MMCI session to go to an observer training. We'll do our best to try to not double book, but at a certain point, we are going to be double booked. Again, this past weekend, we were doing 3 trainings across the county. So again, we understand it's a limited number of time, but that's just how it laid out through the state. DEL sent this out. Everyone got their stuff together. I know that there are some ELCs that are just rolling this out now. So please work with us and do what makes sense for you. Marlene, you have another question? No, Marlene? Okay. Tara?
Yeah, so I just want to clarify. So I have like 2 administrators that work up front. They can also do the observer training,
Yes,
but just them, no staff.
correct, no staff.
Okay, thank you so much.
Again, the observer training, I don't have the stats on me right now. The reason why it's an administrative person that can do these trainings is because at the admin level is where we see the least turnover. So we want to put the dollars in. So we're handing the baton to you. You have the same training that we have. Here's some more information to help your staff as well.
Thank you, thank you.
Catherine, please go ahead.
Hi, Allison. I already did the pre-K through 3rd grade observer 3-day training. Do I still have to do the MMCI?
I'm not quite sure, Catherine, which training you're talking about. So maybe just do me a favor. Email arcfunds@elcbroward.org because I'm not clear what that is and I don't want to give you misinformation on this call. But that way we can get a little more specific to you.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Allison, can I ask a question?
I'll think about it, Sherry.
So what if you've already done the MMCI training? Do you have to retake it to get the bonus?
Everything is as of July 1.
Okay.
And don't forget though, there's also, if you've taken pre-K, you might have an opportunity to take an infant MMCI too.
Okay.
I don't have the hand up option, so I just need to ask one more question because I came in on the tail end as you were saying something at the beginning. I had a teacher in my office. When you mentioned something about double dipping and you were talking about, well, I'm just going to use the example of the blue forms and the pink forms. So say, for example, on the blue form that you guys rolled out, the class bonus, the pre-K has already been taken and then was thinking of doing the infant toddler course. I can't do all those and still do any of this other ones, right? I have to select now either the 2-day observer, the upskill, and not and take my attention off trying to take any of these classes on the blue sheet, like the infant toddler.
You can do whichever ones that you want for the,
Okay.
again. However, we just can't guarantee. We have 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months to finish all of this. So again, if there's a Saturday MMCI that you're already part of, you can't do observer training that Saturday. So again, it's just a matter of, we are going to be banging a lot of these trainings out every weekend, every night, things like that. So as long as it can work within your own personal schedule, that's fine.
Gosh, thank you.
Hi, little Rose face. Hi, little one. It's good to see a little face. Janoring?
Hi, yes, Alison, I have a quick question. If we do the observer training, does that entitle anything for our school? Like, does our school have to meet like certain requirements, like get the class observations, or does it involve something else for our facility?
No, it does not. The director observer training, it's just for you to take. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Marlene, do you have another question or?
Yes. I'm sorry, a while ago. I have three questions about the optional trainings for the directors. So the first question about that is, do the 2 days needs to be consecutive for that one as well, or no?
For which one?
For the 2 days observer training,
Yes,
those 2
they
days.
have to be consecutive. It has to be.
Okay, so yes, consecutive. Okay, and then for that one, will you also take into consideration the same question that I asked earlier about the Saturday accommodations? It will be a yes.
Yes, we will try our
And
best to do maybe a Sunday, Monday, something consecutive that will work. We'll also probably offer during the week. Like, again, we understand you might not be able to do it, but we're going to try to meet as many people as possible.
yeah, I can do any day during the week. I can just leave the center and go do what I need to get done. My next question is, as a director, can we take the three of the optional? Can we do infant? Can we do toddler? And we can do pre-K, the three of them?
Yeah.
We can take all three. Okay. And then my last question about that. Unfortunately, I have traveling plans. I will be out of this country just for 3 days. What if one of those days that I will be out of the country is these 2 consecutive days? Will they be another training later on where I could do it? You all are going to offer more than one segment per se?
Yes, we're going to offer more than one.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So again, we're going to use the information that we gather from the Google spreadsheet so we can plan. Once we know what you're interested in, we will send out dates and we will connect with you. But we need to have the information from you in order to make these plans going forward. Nancy, you have a question?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to, most of us have very similar questions, but just to clarify, I am one that will be interested. Can you see me, Allison? I can't see myself.
I see
can
you.
hear me? Okay. The blue one, okay, which is all teachers, educators, directors, owners. A lot of the staff, which is all the teachers that were able to, that they wanted to, they started already. The pre-K class, they are all virtual, they're all self-paced, and they finished them. That is something that they pretty much have control over. There is no in-person training for that. The infant toddler, if they choose to do that one as well, everything is pretty much virtual except for the one in-person training, which is the intro to class, which is 5 hours. And that, the
Speak
ELC,
to Dana about that one offline. Speak to Dana.
I'll speak to the, yes, and I have. So, but that one I have to wait to see when there's the ELC have the, the next dates for these classes and sign
to
up for
Dana about that.
Okay, but technically, if the teachers as well as the director or the assistant director choose to do that one session to get the 600 per age group, which means 1,200 for the pre-K and the infant toddler together, pretty much it's all self-paced except for that virtual training of 4 hours and the 5 hours that you have to sign up. And I'll talk to Dana for that.
Yes.
Along with that, I'm signing up, and I set it in my form along with my assistant director and my director for doing And thank you for making it optional for us, available, because we do have a score of higher than 5. The class observer trainings of the 1,200 per age group, because the goal is to get as much more funds that we can for them and for us. Okay, the 2-day infant training, we'll find out if it's the option of 2 weekends comes up available, perfect. If not, we'll do the 1 day a week and 1 weekend. And I'll get my school covered for us to be able to do that, because we make our priorities and we have to decide which way we want to do it. Okay, I'm committed to that. And then the last but not least, the upskill director bonus, I did sign up that I would like to try that one as well, but it's on the second burner. If I'll get your guidance later on that.
Okay.
Last question. The vendors, the list that is on the ARPA fund and the website for the ELC. I know that I'm going to go through approved one. I'm going to pick, but for these 2-day infant toddler training, it will be done at the ELC. The vendors will be there. We'll just have to sign up for that, or do I have to pick one and bring them to our school to offer?
For CQI, for continuous quality improvement, you can choose whatever trainer you want. You create your schedule with them. You create a budget independent. You do that all. That in the CQI situation, we are just the bank and we are just the funder for you. We have a list of some programs, some vendors that we've worked with. They're not, again, we have no personal interest in any of them. We don't say one is better than the other. It's just some we know of to help take that work away from you. You don't have to start searching for trainers. CQI.
Okay. Thank you. So I'll talk to Dana for some of the other questions I have, and I'll reach out to the email at ARPAfunds, ELC.Broward for the other ones. Thank you, Allison.
Okay, next up is Dianara Jimenez.
Hi, this is Adriana Suarez with Deyanira as well. How are you?
Good, good.
And my
Stop trying to fake us out with the name.
This is Adriana Suarez of the Learning Space Christian Academy, and my assistant Deyanira Jimenez.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, and my question is, can we both participate?
If you are both the director and assistant director, yes.
Okay, and also we want to participate in both.
So please both fill out a Google form.
Okay, how do I get the Google form?
I will put it back in the chat box, the link.
Okay.
Thanks,
the link. Okay. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Tina, since you haven't gone before.
Hi.
Hi.
So I have a question. You said something about if we had a large group of managers to get trained in a facility that we could do something like that. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, it depends on which training we're talking about. Yes.
The 2-day.
Yes, if you have a space and we might be able and you're centrally located, we can talk to you offline. Email arpfunds@elcbroward.org so you can offer up your space and we'll reach out to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And Adriana Lopez.
Hi, Miss Allison. I just wanted to ask you when is like the last day, or when do we have to sign up to decide?
Tomorrow.
By tomorrow?
Being
Okay.
generous. It should really be today. Like we really need to know.
Okay.
I
just
know
need to talk. I just need to talk to Miss Helen and Miss Mina, and
yeah,
then
we
will
really
do it
want to know today because we want to get this out to you guys.
Thank you.
See, I was saying, oh, tomorrow, but then Amy, I saw her face and she was like, don't say tomorrow. So it's today.
Today, okay, thank you.
Just so everyone knows, for the intro trainings, we had over 2,500 people that we are working to get into those in-person intro to class pre-K, I'm sorry, infant toddler sessions. For MMCI, it's going to be another few hundred people. And now with this, we're going to be doing another few hundred people. So again, the faster we have, the sooner we have the information, the sooner we can roll out dates, because we are working with our staff schedule and they are also doing observation, so we can't interrupt that. So I'm sorry that we're being pushy.
No, listen. Yes, but we have to do this. Again, we are all in this together and we all have deadlines. Again, this is over April 30th, June 30th. Like I said, we had a call earlier in the week. I said, if we were to go back, and look at some of the beginning ARPA webinars and the Zooms that we shared, I'm sure you catch me say, oh, we'll probably get an extension. I'm like, so sure. Again, things happen out of our control. Like, we have a new chancellor, priorities change. Like, we never could have predicted this unless we had a crystal ball. So again, it's June 30th. We have to get all of this done. We want to get everything in. We want to give you this rich content and we want to give you these bonuses because we know you work very hard day in and day out for the children and families in our county. Catherine, do you have another question?
No, it's actually Jody. I was gonna type and tell you, I'm with Catherine. So I have a question, not her. Jody
Okay.
and Ray. Yeah, so I wanted to know, since time is of the essence, you're saying that if we don't want to do the MMCI, we can do the observer for 2 days, right? Instead of going 6 weeks of getting that 24 hours done, will we still get the 750 or the 1,200?
You would get the 1,200.
The upskill, but on the document that we printed from the ELC website, it states that you're not able to participate in the 2-day observer training if you're also doing the upskill director. I want to confirm just because.
Yes, this is new information. You are hot off the presses on this Zoom call. We can update the website for you. This is limited number of space that we're bringing to you this opportunity.
Okay, so just to kind of so if a school is is eligible for the Child Success Grant based off of the qualifications as well, they're also allowed to do the upskill director bonus as well, right?
I lost you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just clarifying. Okay, so they're allowed to do both. And then we just, by filling out that form, they're registered, their spot is saved.
Amy, I lost her. So if you have her flow better.
Yeah. Hi, Samuela. If you apply for Child Success, you cannot do upskill. It depends on your score. So if you don't have a score, okay. I know all of you have different situations. You guys have like 5 or 6 schools.
Yes.
It depends on who you're signing up with and what their score is. But the ones that don't have a score, which is only one of them, as far as I know, there's only one left to be observed. Correct. That would qualify for Child Success, not upskill. Only okay. Child Success, unless you only wanted to do the Child Success. You don't, those of you that signed up for Child Success, if you don't want to do segment 1 and segment 2, you will still be offered the observer training.
Okay.
So because it's kind of the same, upskill is the MMCI, which is segment 1 from Child Success. So but you can't do both.
Correct. Okay.
Now, if it's a school that has above a 5, then
Mhm.
you can do the upskill. You can take advantage of this opportunity, you know, limited time opportunity to do the observer training, and you can do the CQI.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, and it goes based off of last year's scoring, not if they, or does it go based off of the last score?
The most recent score.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, sounds good.
Thank
And
you.
I just also want to mention to everybody on the call, if you did sign up for the Child Success Grant for your school, in which you're committing to doing the 24 hours or the 48 hours of MMCI, and you change your mind and you want to only do the observer trainings, just let us know. We'll be calling anyway. We're calling this week to confirm all you child success sites so we could start planning with you. So if you, after sitting here today, are like, you know what? My staff is not really that interested right now in doing MMCI. They did the pre-K bonus, they did the class bonus. Now they're good. I want to do these observer trainings. That's okay too. Just again, let us know as soon as possible because we are scheduling everything now. Okay, next up for hand raises. Let's see. Tara, you had a question. You had your hand up for a while.
Thank you so much. Okay, so my question is, so if I sign up for the observer, what about the performance? The performance bonus?
You only get the performance bonus if you are a school participating in the Child Success Grant, and whoever completes the 48 hours of training will get the performance bonus. It's not school-wide. If you have 10 teachers at your school, 10 do segment 1 of 24 hours of training, and 8 do segment 2 that did segment 1, only those 8 will get the performance bonus. It's a
Okay.
series. It's have to do one to do the other to get the next.
Okay, thank you.
Marissa, go ahead.
Hi, another quick question. And I'm not sure if you know the answer. Do the observer training courses count for CEUs?
I am not a trainer. Does anybody know?
So there are CEUs on the certificate, but if you are talking about just having the CEUs, yes, it's on the certificate. Can it be applied, say, to a transcript? That you would have to contact DCF about.
We have already, as long as it's on the certificate, then we're good. But I
Yeah,
know
it
some
would
of the
be
other
on your
courses, some have
certificate.
them
It
and
would
some
never
didn't.
go on to your DCF transcript.
We
They
know.
don't do that anymore.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
No, the limited space, Brittany, is for the observer training series for directors, not upskill. I know it's a lot of information. Samuela, I'm sorry, we're best friends, Samuela, please go ahead.
I have a question. Where can we sign up for the Child Success Grant?
So
you think, and it asked for the upskill, not for the Child Success one.
So now let me ask you a question. Do you have a score in class?
No.
Then you have to go through our system. If you've already applied your school, it's the same process through our same website. Go to our website and there'll be the link. Let me put that link.
Okay. So we do that on the actual portal?
Yes, and everything that you did through us for this initiative goes through that portal. Not EFS. And if anybody here, thanks, Shaq. If anyone here has to go, please, this is being recorded. It will be posted on our website by tomorrow, end of day. You could always email us at ARP Funds. Again, we're here to help you. We just really ask for your partnership and your swiftness in making your decisions. You can't go wrong either way. Let's put it like that. If you do upskill, you're going to be great. If you're going to do just observer, it's still going to be great. If you do both, great. Tara, you have another question?
Yes, do you know if something like this will be available next school year? Like after?
No idea, because again, none of this was available as of January 1st. Like in December, we started to plan this. Like we had, when we started the school year, everything was totally different. We never know what's going to come down next. So I have no answer. I wish I had a crystal ball to tell you. All I can tell you is that you are going to have all these opportunities for trainings now, whether it's MMCI, these observer trainings. We're not going anywhere after this ends, after June 30th. We're still going to be cranking out as many trainings as we can to help support you guys in the class journey. Because remember, this was year 1 in VPK for class. It's not going anywhere for SR. And those of you that have SR know we come out every year, and we'll be coming out every year. That whole thing where we were coming out every other, if you were over 5, that's going away. So again, class is here to stay. So it's in everyone's best interest to learn it, to love it, to understand it, to train in it, to be coached in it. Again, that's what we're here for. So whether or not there's dollars attached to it, the support will be here. It just will look a little different.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. You guys have been super helpful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Allison, this is Helen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My question, I really wanted to apply for all the grants, but which grant is it that if some of the teachers don't want to participate, which one it is that I should opt out of? There are a few teachers who don't want to participate.
That's up to you. Like if the pre-K and the infant toddler bonus, that's the blue paper that we had first, anyone can do that. It doesn't matter. That's individual. If you are signed up for child success grant and 3 people decide they don't want to do it, that's fine. They just won't get the bonus at the end.
Okay.
And your CQI, your continuous quality improvement, if that's the grant, again, that's who you decide and your school is going to participate. So it's up to you. Again, none of this is required. None of this is required by us.
Okay, thank you.
Catherine, you have another question?
Hey, Jody.
Oh, sorry. You have to
It's
then
okay.
change your name.
I know, it's okay. Will you guys be calling us tomorrow so we can set up the dates?
You have to give us some time. We're gonna regroup after today. We're gonna look at the Google Doc. We're calling now child success programs to confirm they're interested, get how many people they're committing to. So again, give us probably next week. We'll start calling, we'll reach out to you, but again, please give us some time to meet after this.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, we kept you guys 20 minutes over than originally was scheduled. So we thank you for your questions and your interest in everything. And again, regardless of whichever path you choose, you will get great information. Again, we're here to support you. If you have questions, arcfunds@elcbroward.org. Check your ARC Funds website through our website. Again, chances are you can find an answer there before you have to even call us. So thank you all so much. Have a great Pesach, Passover for those that celebrate. Have a great Easter. Happy Sunday, Easter Day. Have great Easter eggs and enjoy chocolate. And I wish you all the best, and we will see you soon. Take care.